Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, Tireless Tuesday. I didn't do a video yesterday because I am jobbing. This is a busy time for us, and yeah, I'm still working now. So I'm getting my little OT in. So hope everybody's having a good beginning of the week and things are going well. I know it's getting colder, a bit chilly. I picked up some firewood on Sunday, but I do have a guy delivering some because it's getting a little nippy down here in the South. Well, you guys, we discussed in the chat about this missing video that Pissy McNasty put up and took down, but it came back up. So I tried to listen to all of it, but I just can't. I just can't. So I listened to as much as I could, and I picked up some points that I wanted to talk about. First of all, if you get on YouTube and open yourself up to the world, then you have to expect what you get from the world. Am I right or wrong? These people want notoriety, but they don't want what comes with it. President Trump, President Biden, President Obama, all of them have people dogging them somewhere on some level. Do you think they're going to go around and try to deal with all of them? Let's do stars. Cardi B, Beyonce. Those are just two I think of off the top of my head. Can they go around and deal with everybody that has something negative to say to them? Actors, athletes. I mean, you got Dwayne Wade and his wife. People are saying all kinds of stuff about their life. Will Smith. So do you think they go around trying to take everybody to court and sue them? No, they don't, because they do know that this comes with the territory. So maybe you should weigh your options before you get into it. Can I handle this emotionally and mentally? Because if you can't, then you'll be running around here ranting and raving talking about you're going to sue everybody. But I did want to bring something up because these people kill me with throwing around public figure. You're on YouTube. You don't even have 1 million people. Now I can say Tasha K is an influencer and she's a public figure because now people know her because of the Cardi B case, but people know her outside of YouTube. You got less than 50,000 people and you think people know you? No, they don't. And the small community that knows you, that's who you're dealing with. Okay, so I wanted to look up what an influencer, as far as a public figure, is. Influencers are very known by Americans, while others are barely known. Either way, both have a strong social media presence, influencing a certain group of people, therefore making them a public figure. Okay, if I go to Japan, they know who Beyonce is, they know who President Obama is, they know who President Trump is, they know who Will Smith is. Do they know who you are? I'm just trying to figure out. Do they know who you are? I'm waiting to hear. I don't hear anything. Okay. Public figure would be like politicians, artists, businessmen, social media personalities, change makers, and other celebrities. I'll just let that play. Where's my other remote? Okay. What the heck is... Oh, here we go.
everything I need for my...
I'm going to let it play so I can get back to where I want to be. Okay. I'm just going to play this, and I want y'all to look at this while you're, oh, I forgot, child, I got it on mute still. Okay. This is Pissy Nasty Van one day. There's so many damn flies in there, and they're buzzing all in front of the camera. It's just nasty. Nasty. Okay, so who is legally a public figure? The Supreme Court has defined public figures as those who hold government office and those who have achieved a role of special prominence in the affairs of society by reason of notoriety, I cannot say that word today, of their achievements or vigor and success with which they seek public's attention. So some of these people need to quit. They are not public figures. You're just on YouTube. But yet again, I say, if you get on YouTube, open yourself up to anybody that decides to come to YouTube, because see, you want the subscribers, but you don't want the subscribers to say anything. You want their money, but you don't want them to say anything. You want them to send you stuff, but you don't want them to say anything. I say get off YouTube if you can't handle it. Now, I don't believe in some of the things I've seen people do, such as mess with their family, children, jobs, send people to their house and all this kind of stuff. No, that's wrong. But my thing is also, if you do it to others, then expect to get it back. And some of these things people are just going to get in trouble for, such as not paying their taxes. We're coming up on tax season. People should be mindful on YouTube that if you do have enemies out there, they might report you to the IRS. And then they're going to see that you ain't paid no taxes in a couple of years. My thing is this. With YouTube comes some good and comes some bad. I get trolls, and I definitely ain't nobody, but I believe I know who the trolls are. And it's funny that the trolls that come to my page be the same trolls that say they don't want people trolling their page and calling people names and things like that. I don't understand how you can do it, but you don't want it done to you. Interesting. I also want to read to you. I'm going to let the little, I'm tired of hearing flies buzz. The Fair Use Doctrine. Under the Fair Use Doctrine of the United States copyright statute, it is permissible to use limited portions of a work, including quotes, for purposes such as commentary, criticism, news reporting, and scholarly reports. So we can use pieces of somebody else's video. This is when they were nomadic therapy. It's amazing how many dang on how many dang on channels a person can have. That's just amazing to me that they need to have so many. But I believe that some people, when it gets the fire get up underneath their butt, they want to run to another section so that they don't have to be bothered because they've done wrong. I do want to say this. People can run, but they can't hide. They do know that whatever has been put on YouTube, you can make it private, you can delete it, but it's still on YouTube. Do know YouTube can pull it up. I don't know why people think that because they delete something, that they think that it can't be pulled up. So just because you did stuff a year ago, 2 years ago, do know it can still be pulled up and can be used against you. I wouldn't be out here throwing stones at a glass house when I live in one. If you don't want people to do things to you, then don't do it to them. You can't be nasty, mean, dox people, and do all the things you do, call them out of their name and go to their page and troll them and all that, but then turn around and decide that you don't want that being done to you. It's called freedom of speech and freedom to be able to go and do something about it. Uh, People said they wanted to know if it was that serious. That's what I have to say. If I'm on YouTube and I have small children and people are going to the extent of sending DSS to my home because I've pissed somebody off, then I find a real job to take care of me and my family. Why would I succumb my children to the harassment? Because, you know why? It's easy money. Let's just put it out there like that. People get on YouTube because they want to make easy money. They don't want a real job. But this isn't a career. Because the odds of you getting 1 million subscribers for most is 0. To make the real money is 0. You're making a little bit of money. But then where's your retirement? Where's your Social Security? What about all that? And what if your page get taken down? Or what if they just change how they do YouTube altogether? What happens to you? What I always believe is this. In the Garden of Eden, God had 5 rivers flowing into the garden. And that's how I look at my resources and my income. You should never depend on just one resource. You should have multiple resources flowing your income into your home so that if one dries up, you got 4 more. Just putting that out there. I think it's the gaslighting and manipulation for me, how people can get on YouTube and rant and rave about others when they've done stuff by themselves. And my thing is, you can use their own material to show that they lie. Like, Pissy McNasty talking about, I only drink wine coolers when we have watched her down bottles of wine in Quartzsite. How was that a wine cooler? And you shown bottles of wine that you paid for. I'm telling you, it's the gaslighting for me. It is the gaslighting for me. Just because people don't smoke, don't do drugs and all that, don't mean they nice people. There's plenty of people who don't use any type of substance and is mean as hell. And then the thing is, certain YouTubers don't want you to tell them what to put on their platform, but they want to come over and tell you what you should put on your platform. If I choose to do reaction videos to somebody else's videos, that is legal on YouTube. I don't see why it should bother them. It shouldn't. Because I have a right to do that. It is my choice, as long as I'm within YouTube guidelines. And then my thing is this. Like I said about the videos that you think you take down and it's not out there. Everything stays on the internet. Everything. I don't care what you think. You can sue somebody if you want, but they can go ahead and request your whole history of YouTube and use it against you. And people seem to think that if you don't use their name or they don't use your name, then nobody will know who you're talking about. But boop, this community is small. We all know who's talking about who. And if you're going to sue somebody, you've got to use their name. So then that puts you back in a position that all the videos you made where you weren't saying their name, everybody knows that it's them you're talking about because now you're suing them. That don't even make sense. So then the person still has more ammunition on you. My thing is this. Why are you wasting your time? If you're a content creator, create. Why are you trolling other people's chats? Because then you wouldn't know what people are saying about you. Yet again, people who are really public figures, do you think they sit down and read all the social media of what's being said to them? No, they do not. They don't have the time because they really are public figures. They're doing other things. But when you have time to read other people's chats and leave comments and then come back and gaslight your subscribers by telling them that there's people taking screenshots and all this stuff like that. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful. And just like when you sue somebody, the person that's suing better have deep pockets too, because they're going to have to pay for lawyers and all that. And heaven forbid you're wrong and the person that you're suing decide that they want to counteract and have you pay for their lawyer fees. You know, it's amazing to me how somebody can complain about others when they've done worse. It's like the kettle calling the pot black. And then my thing is, don't watch. If you tell your subs not to come over and watch, and you're not watching, then how do you even know what's being said? That's what I'm trying to... You got osmosis? Is that what it is? Because I don't understand how you know what's being said on other people's channels. And manipulation is wrong. When you sit around and act like you don't have nothing to eat and tell people all you got is sardines and play on their sympathy, that is manipulation. So then people send you money for food knowing full well that you got food. When you sit around and tell people that you were homeless umpteen years ago, it plays on their sympathy. That's manipulation. You're manipulating the subscribers so that they will give to you. That is not right. So my thing is, yeah, there are things that you can do, and it's not just somebody going to a list and pulling something off. People will go and do stuff because they feel bad for the person. And my last thing here, let's talk about this defamation of character. Defamation of character is defined as a false statement of fact that causes the victim some type of harm. False statement of fact that causes the victim some type of harm. Okay. So, if you're out here manipulating your subscribers and it's being shown on your channel that you are, or that you're telling stories and the stories change because there's a history of your videos on YouTube, or somebody takes something from your words of what you said, such as saying, I've had somebody stalking me for 3 or 4 years, and hopefully that lady or man is really stalking you, because that would be defamation of their character, and that you're going to take them to court. But if we never see you go to court and you never mention it again, would that be a false statement? Because the thing is, doing a reaction video is using your words and having a reaction to it. So I don't see how that can be a defamation of character, or you got harm because the words came from you first. I'm just a bit confused. I am just a bit confused on that one. So maybe y'all can help me out, because, you know, people are saying that people are defaming their character. So, what is a scammer? The meaning of scammer is one who perpetrates a scam, a person who commits or participates in a fraudulent scheme or operation. So, saying that you have no food to eat and you really got food in there, wouldn't that kind of be like saying you're being fraudulent in what you're saying? I'm just asking. So maybe you could tell me. It says someone who makes money using illegal methods, especially by tricking people. Tricking people to believe your lies and separating them from their monies is considered a scam. So, could that be defamation of character if a person is doing that? I don't think so. I don't. And if I choose to go to somebody's page and I spend money or I buy something for them, I have the right, if I want, to go to somebody else's page and talk about it because I spent my money on it. I can say whatever I want, just like the person that I bought the stuff for can say whatever they want, so can I. I don't see why I should be taken to court for me speaking my truth. And it's my perception. How are you going to sue somebody for their perception? I'm dumbfounded. Maybe that can be explained too. If I perceive that you scammed me, or you told a lie, or you manipulated, or you gaslighted me to separate me from my resources, that is my truth. So yeah, I just thought I'd get on and give some definitions to some of these words that I heard coming from Pissy McNasty. I was just a little flabbergasted. Also, I wanted to end with this. Do not judge by appearances, but judge with right judgment. Paul taught the believers that they are judges to those on the inside, not outside the church. And this is from John 7:24, 1 Corinthians 5:12. Meaning that if I'm a Christian and you're a Christian, then I do have the right to judge you, because you're supposed to be inside the body of Christ. But now, if you're not, then I'm sorry that I judge you with holy righteousness. All right, let me get back to jobbing so I can make this money. And I will talk to you guys later. And Parker's not in here. He went to bed early. He's getting to be old now. He's retired to his boudoir. All right, guys. Good night.